we live in a volatile world. We live in a world that's changing rapidly. The globalization, all the different things that we see coming to bear. And leaders today cannot have all the answers. They can't even anticipate all the things that are going to happen. And they can't even keep up with all the things that are happening. So they have to have agility. They have to be able to adapt when something happens that they weren't expecting, or there's a change in the economy, or a new competitor comes into the market. How are we going to anticipate the changes? How are we going to respond? How are we going to get out ahead of where things might happen? That's what an adaptive leader is. Someone who has agility, flexibility, can think strategically. Those are all important characteristics. The reason we chose API for this case study is because we have seen them over the years really pushing the envelope of what can be done in leader development. In fact, their purpose statement, their core purpose, is to build great leaders. And they define leaders as everyone in the organization. We interviewed Dan Wooldridge, and he's the strategic leadership advisor for the API group. And Dan is a real thought leader in terms of what can be done and how we can push the envelope to develop their leadership capabilities at all levels. 3 things that API does to build their leaders at every level. If they take a 3-pronged approach. First, they start with the leader themselves. How do we build self-awareness, character, authenticity? Those are key characteristics that a leader needs to have. Second, how do we help them to build leaders who can build other leaders? So there's the ability to not just lead, but also to teach other people how to lead. And then that makes it self-perpetuating. That helps growth at all levels in the organization. And then third, what are those leadership skills that you need to run the business itself? And what are the business skills you need to be an effective leader at the various levels? And so that's targeted at whatever level you're at, what business skills do you need to have? So what I'm hoping for the readers in this article is that they will see a great example of what can be done to build leadership at every level in an organization. I mean, some companies are not doing much at all. Some companies are just doing a little bit of training. When we started working with them, they were about a $500 million company. And today, they're a multi-billion-dollar company. And when you ask them what's led to their success, they would say, it's our focus on leadership development. They have been relentless, even during the downturns in the economy, to select and to build their leaders at every level in the organization. And it's that kind of commitment and tenacity in building leaders that we wanted to highlight in this article.